What's up, everybody out there watching this? This is a new Year in Wrestling video in my series of Year in Wrestling videos. I've started Year in Wrestling videos talking about the year 1987 because that's the year I became a wrestling fan and started watching it. My father got me into it when I was 3 years old. So then I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. Sadly, my father got me into it when I was 3. He took me to a couple live events when I was real little. And sadly, when I was 9 years old, he passed away. He had a lot of addiction problems, alcohol, stuff like that. But whatever. Best thing my father did for me was get me into pro wrestling. So that's a good thing. First, I'm going to talk about, as I said, this is a Year in Wrestling 2014. I'm going to start talking about Royal Rumble and WWE pay-per-views until WrestleMania 30. And then I'll talk about some TNA and some Ring of Honor. Here we go with Royal Rumble. The pre-show, Royal Rumble 2014. The pre-show match was for the tag team titles. Why do they ever have tag team title matches on pre-shows? I don't know why. It's a stupid idea. The tag team titles are on the line. The New Age Outlaws reunited for some reason. Why? I don't know. It wasn't needed. But they reunited. And it did not feel so good or look very good in the ring. Billy Gunn still looked good. The guy was like 50 years old. The guy still looked like he was 30 and he could still go. But Road Dogg shouldn't have been in the ring. New Age Outlaws defeat the tag team champions Cody Rhodes and Goldust to win the tag titles, which was pretty shocking and kind of a pretty stupid idea, in my opinion, to have the New Age Outlaws win the tag titles in 2014. It wasn't 1998 anymore, and they were not in their prime. And they were not that popular. When they first came out on Raw, I believe for an old school Raw in 2014, I believe they were pretty much cheered. But after that, they started getting booed out of the arena. So fans did not want to see them anymore because they're old guys from the Attitude Era. Up next, in the Royal Rumble first pay-per-view match, we had Bray Wyatt defeat Daniel Bryan. And then before that or after that match, we had Daniel Bryan join the Wyatt family, which was very short-lived. But he was a Wyatt family member for, 3 weeks maybe. Up next, we had Brock Lesnar defeat The Big Show and just beat the crap, destroy The Big Show. Brock Lesnar destroyed The Big Show, killed him, beat him with a chair. That match only lasted 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Up next, for the World Heavyweight Champion, WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Randy Orton, the champion, defeated John Cena. The only way to win the match was by pinfall or submission only. So Randy Orton retains the title. He would go on to WrestleMania to defend it. The Royal Rumble match, this was a mess. This was not good. 2014 Royal Rumble was not good because of who won it. And he shouldn't have won it. I guess when Batista returned in the Royal Rumble, I believe was his first match back, Vince wanted Batista to be a babyface. Well, that didn't work. The fans did not accept Batista. Some people probably cheered him, but not many. Batista's booed out of the arena. That's why later on they'd come up with the nickname Boo-Tista. Boo-Tista. And Blue-Tista because of his blue ring gear that he would wear. And he looked like a Smurf. So that's why people on Twitter came up with the hashtag Blue-Tista and Boo-Tista. I remember 2014 because I was on Twitter a lot. Like every pay-per-view, every Raw, same as now. But those are fun times in 2014 making fun of Batista. With the hashtag Blue-Tista and Boo-Tista, that was good times, fun times on Twitter. Anyways, number 30, I believe, was Rey Mysterio, I think, or maybe that was the next year. But whoever number 30 was, everybody was expecting Daniel Bryan to be in the Royal Rumble. Everybody was expecting Daniel Bryan to be in the Royal Rumble because the guy was so over. He was super over. Fans were 100% behind Daniel Bryan. In 2014, the Yes movement was going at full force. But WWE decides no, because Daniel Bryan had a match with Bray Wyatt. So WWE decide no, we're not going to give the fans what they want. We're not putting Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble, which was a huge fail, big mistake. It was just shit. It was stupid as fuck. It was a stupid ass idea to have Batista win the Royal Rumble. And eventually the fans got what they wanted. We all got what we wanted because Daniel Bryan was eventually added to the to the World Heavyweight Championship main event at WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan was put in there. But he was only put in there because of the fans' reaction. And the Yes movement took over Raw. They occupied Raw. They hijacked it. It was pretty damn awesome. The build-up to WrestleMania 30 was fucking great with Daniel Bryan. It was epic. As we know, the Authority, Triple H, Stephanie, even Vince, they didn't think Daniel Bryan was an A-plus player. They didn't think he was a main eventer. But the fans did. And the fans got Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania 30. I was one of them. I was on Twitter a lot, tweeting WWE and tweeting the Yes movement. And it was awesome that Daniel Bryan got in the main event because of the fans. The fans actually, instead of bitching, crying, and moaning, they actually made a difference and did something about it. And I don't know, WWE's probably flooded. Their offices were probably flooded with phone calls, emails about Daniel Bryan getting screwed and not getting in the Royal Rumble. So the fans did their job, and it was awesome. So let's see who's number 30. Number 30 was Rey Mysterio. He got booed out of the arena because the fans wanted Daniel Bryan. Look, they put in fucking El Torito. El Torito was in the 2014 Royal Rumble, but no Daniel Bryan. JBL was in the 2014 Royal Rumble, had no business in there. And still no Daniel Bryan. And Batista was in there. He didn't need to be in there, but he was because he returned. He didn't need to be in there. Kevin Nash was in the Royal Rumble. I'm a fan of Kevin Nash. I was a huge fan of Big Daddy Cool Diesel when he was WWE Champion. I was actually a fan of his. I still like Kevin Nash when I hear him in interviews. I think he's a smart guy. Anyways, Kevin Nash was number 14. He didn't have to be in the Royal Rumble. R-Truth didn't have to be. The Miz didn't have to be. I mean, a lot of guys. Number 1 in the 2014 Royal Rumble was CM Punk. Number 2 was Seth Rollins. That was pretty awesome. CM Punk lasted a pretty long time. And of course, this is the Royal Rumble where basically this was CM Punk's last WWE live appearance ever since 2014. So he got a concussion, a pretty bad concussion in the Royal Rumble match. And then he was fighting backstage with the WWE doctor. He claimed on the Colt Cabana podcast, CM Punk claimed the WWE doctor told him he didn't have a concussion and that he was fine. And then CM Punk had a giant bump, like the size of a baseball, in his back. I don't know what it was. I guess it's an infection or something. Or calcium deposit. I don't know what the hell it was. But it was a big lump on his back, above his ass. And the WWE doctor, Punk, said it hurt it, he was in pain from it, and the WWE doctor, he claims, refused to cut it out and get rid of it. And told him it's nothing to take Z-Packs, and it'll go away, I guess, from a Z-Pack. Well, it never went away. And then, as I said, Batista wins the Royal Rumble. And then after it, CM Punk, I don't know if he's backstage at Raw the next night. But I think the news broke that he walked out and quit. So Punk was pissed because he was promised, I guess for 3 years, he was promised by Vince McMahon that he would get to main event a WrestleMania. And then Vince, I guess, wanted CM Punk to work against Triple H at WrestleMania 30 instead of it being Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Well, Punk didn't like that matchup of facing Triple H again because he faced him at, I believe, a pay-per-view in 2013 or 2012. I don't remember the year. Anyways, Punk felt, I'm sure, disrespected, felt lied to by WWE and Vince. Didn't want to work with Triple H at WrestleMania. Thought it wasn't worth it to be there anymore, so he took his ball and went home. Yes, he was injured. He was beat up. The guy was miserable. The guy's an asshole to everybody backstage because he's beat up. But still, he took his ball and went home. And if I was in the same situation as CM Punk, I couldn't see myself walking out. I just, maybe I would, but I couldn't see myself walking out on the company that I've loved since I was 3 years old. And I don't know, I would have just had a lot of meetings with Vince and to talk it out instead of walking out. But I don't know. If I was beat up and I felt like shit and I felt like I was dying, I don't know. Maybe I would have walked out. I don't know. But whatever. CM Punk quit. He walked out because he's beat up, and now he thinks that UFC isn't tough and that he's going to succeed as an MMA fighter. I don't know how CM Punk's first fight is going to go, win or lose. I don't care if he wins or loses. I will be watching it to see what happens, but MMA's tough. CM Punk could get his ass destroyed. Or maybe he'll look okay. I don't know. But I think I would enjoy it. Seeing CM Punk get his ass kicked. I would actually enjoy it. And this is coming from, at one time I was a huge CM Punk fan of WWE. The guy's my favorite wrestler. That was 2-3 years ago. I'm over CM Punk now. So I would actually want to see him get his ass kicked at UFC 202 or 203, whatever it is, wherever he's fighting, 202 or 203, I don't know. So CM Punk took his ball, went home after the Royal Rumble 2014. I don't blame him, but I think I would have stayed until my contract ran out. And then, of course, Punk really has anger towards WWE and keeps bashing them in interviews. I don't know why. The guy needs to quit talking about how WWE treats their superstars like slaves and stuff like that. CM Punk, just shut up and shut your mouth when it comes to talking about WWE. Yes, they don't cover health insurance and hotel or health insurance and I believe hotel or travel expenses, but big deal. You made enough money to cover hotel and health insurance. And the superstars, even the jobbers, even the mid-carders, I'm sure make good money. And if they are really unhappy, any superstar, if they're really unhappy, well, they can leave the company. So now I'm going to talk about Elimination Chamber. As I said, this fucking stupid internet. As I said, forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, CM Punk on his wedding day to AJ Lee, I believe in the summer of 2014, he claims he's fired. He's fired on his wedding day by WWE. I believe he got a FedEx letter or something sent to him by WWE claiming he's fired and breach of contract or whatever, that he's fired. And then they went to court and CM Punk sued WWE I'm pretty sure to get all his money from his contract back, and I believe he won. I believe he won the court case, so CM Punk did get all his money from WWE that they didn't want to give him, because I believe he sued them. This stupid fucking website. Trying to get information about Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, and this fucking website doesn't want to work. I don't know, maybe I can find the results some other way. I guess not. It's on my fucking internet. It's claiming that the connection is not secure. Whatever hell that means. Trying to get the results for Elimination Chamber 2014, and my fucking internet doesn't want to work right now. For some goddamn reason, I don't know why. This is annoying, and I apologize if anybody's bored out of their mind. I don't blame you. May have to bail on this year in wrestling. This might have to be a part one. Or might have to do a part one of two, because this fucking internet is not working. I don't know what the deal is now. Now it shows up. Stupid internet. Maybe it'll show up. No, it isn't. Here it is. Now it decided to work. I don't know what happened. Maybe my brother's playing a video game on the internet. I don't know what made it stop working, but now it's back. So now to Elimination Chamber 2014. I apologize for my fucking internet going out. So the main events for Elimination Chamber were, for one of the matches, let's see, there only was one world title. So the main event was an Elimination Chamber match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton was defending against Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Cesaro, Christian, and Sheamus. Randy Orton wins, retains the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk was not on Elimination Chamber because he quit and went home, and has never returned since. And I still think in 5 years or sooner that CM Punk will return, because they all return. They all return. They all bash the company, and then when they see all the big money thrown at them, they come back. Now to WrestleMania 30. Here we go. We all know WrestleMania 30 is from New Orleans, a super dome, not the Silver Dome, as Hulk Hogan said and made a big mistake in the opening promo segment, where it was Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, and The Rock all in the same ring at the same time. It's pretty epic. But Hogan made the mistake of saying it's great to be here in the Silver Dome. Well, the Silver Dome was in Detroit, not New Orleans. It's a Superdome in New Orleans. But still, Stone Cold made fun of that. And when he came out, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, they all got huge pops. I would say Stone Cold and The Rock probably got the bigger pop than Hogan. But Hogan still got a good pop. Then Stone Cold got on the mic, made fun of Hogan, said how it's great to be here in the Silver Dome. Made fun of him. It was pretty funny. Anyways, then they all toasted 3 beers. They did a toast. It was pretty awesome to kick off WrestleMania. But first, on the pre-show, we had a Fatal 4-Way elimination match for the tag team titles. The Usos defeated the Real Americans, defeated Ryback and Curtis Axel and Los Matadors. So the Usos win and retain the tag team titles. It was a pretty damn good Fatal 4-Way. There was a lot of action in it. I enjoyed it. And then we had the Hogan Stone Cold Rock segment. Went about, 10-15 minutes to kick off WrestleMania because Hulk Hogan was the host of WrestleMania 30, so that's why he came out. Now, on to the first match of WrestleMania, the pay-per-view, because we had a 2-hour kickoff show and the event was 4 hours. Again, I think 6 hours is too long to watch a wrestling show, but they're not going to change it. First match was Daniel Bryan against Triple H. Triple H was with Stephanie McMahon, the Authority, against Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan won, the winner would be entered into the WWE World Heavyweight Championship triple threat later that night for the main event. So the winner gets in the main event and gets a world title shot. Daniel Bryan defeated Triple H. It went 25 minutes, 58 seconds. It was damn good. And the crowd, when Daniel Bryan came out, they were 100% with him. They were doing yes, 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 chanting, yes chant. And when they won, the crowd was even happier. So up next match was a 6-man tag. The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. The Shield defeated the New Age Outlaws and Kane. That match only lasted 2 minutes, 56 seconds. That's crazy. I thought it lasted at least 5 or 10 minutes. Up next, we had a 31-man battle royal for the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy. Cesaro wins the Andre the Giant Trophy. First year it was available. Cesaro wins, last eliminating the Big Show, picking him up, body slam position, slamming him over the top rope. That was fucking awesome. And after that, Cesaro should have been pushed to the moon, but sadly he wasn't, because creative or Vince does not see Cesaro as a star. That's bullshit, in my opinion, because Cesaro is a star. Up next, we had John Cena in a pretty good build-up, going up against Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt had all these children come out with gold masks, wide masks on, the sheep masks. That was pretty cool. Now, one of the kids got on the microphone, I believe, and had like a demon devil voice. That is pretty cool. So they were like all of Bray Wyatt's children. It was pretty cool. Great build-up. Anyways, John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt, and it was a pretty good match. I knew Cena was going to win. I was hoping he wasn't, but he did. Up next, we had this was huge. This was a history-making WrestleMania moment that will go down in history, and everybody will remember it. Everybody will remember where they were when the streak was broken. The Undertaker was 21-0, I believe. I think 21-0. Brock Lesnar against The Undertaker. The streak is on the line. Undertaker didn't look good in this match. He didn't perform good because I believe he's knocked out during the match. He was actually knocked out. Then he woke up and he had a concussion, a really bad concussion, so he didn't know where he was. So Brock Lesnar had to carry the match, and Undertaker really did nothing against Brock. He had no offensive moves really against Brock. But The Undertaker still performed okay, but it wasn't a good match at all. Undertaker usually has very good matches at WrestleMania, but this was not one of them. This was probably one of his worst since King Kong Bundy at WrestleMania 11. So Brock Lesnar defeats The Undertaker 1, 2, 3. I believe he hit like 3 F5s on Undertaker, or at least 2 F5s. When the count was counted 1, 2, and 3, the crowd was in shock. I was in shock. I wasn't really pissed. I wasn't angry or mad about it. I just thought, whatever. The streak had to end sometime, and Brock Lesnar was the guy to end it. And it helped Brock a lot, because in the summer he got pushed and he won the WWE Championship. So it did help Brock. I will say that, going to my grave, that beating the streak was the right thing to do, because it pushed Brock Lesnar as an unstoppable, unbeatable opponent in WWE. So that is the whole point of it. Was you beat the streak, and then he beat the crap out of Cena, gave him like 16, 17 suplexes at SummerSlam, won the WWE Championship, and then would hold on to it until WrestleMania 31. So, in my opinion, beating the streak, having Brock beat the streak, was the right decision. I think it was. But a lot of people didn't. A lot of Undertaker fans were angry, pissed off, shocked, disappointed, pissed off at WWE, and that how could Vince McMahon beat the streak, and what disrespect to the Undertaker. And I don't know if this is true. I heard backstage that the Undertaker didn't really want to have the streak end, but whatever. He did it because Vince told him. Because Vince is the boss. But if Undertaker really didn't want to lose to Brock, he could have put his foot down. And he could have refused to do it. But again, Undertaker is all about business. The guy's a company man, so he agreed to it. And I think Brock and Undertaker have a lot of respect. I don't know if they're good friends or close. I don't know. I don't care. But I know Undertaker probably respects Brock. So I'm sure he didn't really have a problem with jobbing to him. Or having Brock be the guy that defeated the streak at WrestleMania. Lasted from WrestleMania 7 until WrestleMania 31. And the only WrestleMania Undertaker missed was WrestleMania 10 and WrestleMania 16. Those are the only 2 WrestleManias he's missed. He's been in all the other ones, and he was undefeated. So now on to the Divas Invitational, Vicky Guerrero Invitational match for the WWE Divas Championship. AJ Lee was the champion, defending. This match was a mess. It was no good. There were some spots in it that were okay, but the whole match was a clusterfuck. It was a mess. AJ Lee retains, defeating Oksana, Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, Cameron, Emma, Eva Marie. Why the fuck was Eva Marie in there? She had no business being in there at WrestleMania 30. She was not ready. But they put her in there anyway, because they wanted to use every goddamn woman they had under contract, which was stupid. Eva Marie, she defeated Layla, Naomi, Natalya, Nikki Bella, Rosa Mendez. Rosa shouldn't have been in there also. She was never a good wrestler. Summer Rae was in there. Tamina. So AJ defeated all of them. I thought for sure AJ was going to lose the title, but she retained. Now, the main event. Randy Orton defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Batista and Daniel Bryan. Randy Orton came to the ring, had his theme music played by the band that does his theme music voices. That was pretty cool to hear. Having his theme music played to the ring for him. Daniel Bryan comes out, gets a massive pop, a massive yes chant, and reaction. We all know how it ended. We had a power bomb from Batista through one of the announce tables, power bomb into RKO neck breaker. That was insane. That probably injured Daniel Bryan's neck a lot and caused him to retire early. That spot right there. But also Daniel Bryan's in-ring style also caused him to have to retire early, which is sad, but it is what it is. Daniel Bryan, the guy will always be missed by me as a fan of his. He'll be missed. I miss seeing the guy in the ring. But it's okay. WWE will go on and be fine. So Daniel Bryan, we all know, defeats Randy Orton and Batista, putting Batista in the yes lock. Batista tapped out. Daniel Bryan wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. What a WrestleMania moment. It was epic. It was legendary. Daniel Bryan lifting up both titles. The crowd going crazy, chanting yes, yes, yes. And the pyro goes off and WrestleMania 30 goes off the air. WrestleMania 30 was a very good WrestleMania. I thought it was very good. If I give it a rating, 1 to 10, I'd say WrestleMania 30 was probably a 9. To me, it was a 9. It was very good. So now I'm going to go to TNA pay-per-views. They didn't have I think they only had Lockdown. Anyways, this video is already 31 minutes. So TNA... How many pay-per-views did they do in 2014? Not many. They did Lockdown in March and Sacrifice in April. So I'll talk about Lockdown and Sacrifice. Up first on the pre-show of I think it was a pre-show or it was a pay-per-view match, a Lockdown. The Great Muta appeared. That was awesome to see the Great Muta appear in TNA. His first appearance on a United States wrestling pay-per-view since probably the year 2000 in WCW. I think he appeared at WCW Fall Brawl 2000 against Sting and Vampiro in a triple threat, I think. Anyways, the Great Muta teamed up with Sunday, his tag team partner, a guy he trained, and another guy, I can't pronounce his name. They defeated Chris Sabin and Bad Influence in a 6-man tag team steel cage match. And all these matches were in a steel cage. Samuel Shaw defeated... I thought Samuel Shaw had a pretty good character in TNA. I enjoyed it. He was a crazy, insane guy. He was obsessed with Christy Hemme. I enjoyed Samuel Shaw and his character. And the guy played it very well. Sadly, he's no longer in TNA. I don't know where the guy is. But Samuel Shaw defeated Mr. Anderson in a decent match. Tigre Uno defeated Manic in a steel cage match at Lockdown. That was good. Gunner defeated James Storm in a last man standing steel cage match. They were in a pretty good feud at the time. It was Gunner and James Storm. Knockouts title triple threat, not a triple threat, one-on-one for the Knockouts Championship. Madison Rayne, the champion, defeated Gail Kim. Gail Kim was with Lady Tapa. She is a niece of the Barbarian. Steel cage match. Again, they were all in the cage. Cage match for the TNA World title. Magnus, the TNA World Champion, defeated Samoa Joe by knockout. The only way to win was by knockout or submission. So Magnus retains the world title. Lethal Lockdown with Bully Ray as a special guest referee. The leader of the winning team would receive complete control of wrestling operations. Had Team Dixie won, Bobby Roode would have gained 10% ownership of TNA. It was Team MVP. MVP, the Wolves, Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards, and Willow, who is Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's alter ego is Willow. They defeated Team MVP, defeated Team Dixie, Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, the Bromans. So, there we go. Team MVP wins the Lethal Lockdown. Now I'm going to talk about Sacrifice, which was April 2014 TNA pay-per-view. 3-on-2 handicap, no disqualification match for the TNA Tag Team titles. The Wolves defeated the Bromans to win the TNA Tag Team titles. Wolves are a great team. I've been a fan of them for a very long time. Mr. Anderson with Christy Hemme defeated Samuel Shaw in a commit match. The loser must be committed, I guess, to the mental hospital. So Samuel Shaw was committed to the mental hospital. Tag team match, Kurt Angle and Willow defeated Ethan Carter, EC3, and Rockstar Spud. When Rockstar Spud was with EC3 and they were both heels, they were great together. They were entertaining as hell. Singles match, in match number 3 of the best of 3 series for the TNA X Division title. The champions, Sadana, I forget the guy's name, how to say it, but he was a Japanese guy that was trained by the Great Muta. He was the X Division champion. He defeated Tigre Uno. Up next, in an I Quit match, Gunner defeated James Storm. In a Knockouts title match, Angelina Love with Velvet Sky. Angelina Love defeated Madison Rayne to win the Knockouts title. In a tables match, Bobby Roode defeated Bully Ray. In a singles match in the main event for the TNA World title, Eric Young, the champion, defeated Magnus. Eric Young wasn't TNA World Champion for that long, but I was happy for the guy that he got the title. Now I'm going to look up Ring of Honor, see if they had any pay-per-views in I'm sure they did in 2014. Let's see here. Their first pay-per-view was on February 2014. Matt Taven defeated Silas Young. The Decade, Roderick Strong, BJ Whitmore, and Jimmy Jacobs defeated Mark Briscoe, Adam Page, and Cedric Alexander in a 6-man tag. TV title match, Ring of Honor TV champion Tommaso Ciampa defeated Hanson to retain the title. Michael Elgin defeated Raymond Rowe, who is now a part of War Machine. Singles match for the Real World Championship, Jay Briscoe, who was carrying around a world title, I guess, that he created. Jay Briscoe, defending the Real World Championship, defeated Michael Bennett with Maria. Tag team match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, Red Dragon defeated Adrenaline Rush. In a singles match, AJ Styles defeated Jay Lethal. That match was very good. And this show was the 12th anniversary show of Ring of Honor. Adam Cole defeated Chris Hero for the Ring of Honor World Championship. So Adam Cole retains the world title. In an unsanctioned Philadelphia street fight, Kevin Steen defeated Cliff Compton, which was pretty good. I don't remember if I saw this pay-per-view live, but I may have. I just don't remember. But I'm sure it was a good show. So that was Ring of Honor's 12th anniversary show. This ends the Year in Wrestling 2014 Part 1. I apologize for when my internet went out and I couldn't get the results of any of these shows to talk about. Hopefully you stayed with me. Hopefully you at least watched, 5-10 minutes. Follow me on Twitter at TNA WWE Guy. Also, follow me at NXT WWE Guy on Twitter. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it if you did that. Thanks for watching. This was the Year in Wrestling 2014 Part 1. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great Friday and great Thursday night.